Are you really happily married, Eric? Or are you so unhappy like Dr. Warwick and Stephanie keep telling me that you are? I'm gonna find out. You're not happy. It's the end of the line for your dear, sweet wife. Because I swear, I will tell you everything.
Trish, if anybody calls or wants to see me, you don't know where I am.
What about emergencies?
Oh, I can be reached at home, but I'm meeting with Lauren Fenmore. I'd really rather not be disturbed.
I understand, Mr. Forrester. I won't tell anyone.
All right. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night. Working late.
I had some catching up to do. I had a visitor from out of town.
So did I.
Did someone come and see you?
Lauren Fenmore, the person that you are hoping is going to tell you everything about Sheila?
Did she speak to you?
Yes.
What was the outcome of that?
I asked her to tell you everything she knows.
Do you think she will?
She wanted to talk to Eric first.
And will she do that?
I hope she's doing it as we speak.
Eric? Trish, where's my husband?
Hi.
Hi, how was your day?
Oh, pretty hectic, actually.
Ah, normal, you mean?
You know me too well.
I know the business.
So, gonna fix your drink?
Yes.
Good. Now, what is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Your marriage.
Okay, now, you're probably going to want to shield your eyes here, because this light is going to seem very bright at first.
Hello in there. I'm waiting.
Logan?
Smart boy. You recognized your wife.
How's it feel, Rich? Thorne? Are my eyes open?
Yes, of course they're open. Why? What's wrong?
I can't see a thing. Not a thing.
Are you serious?
Serious, yes, I'm serious. I wouldn't joke about something like this. Doctor, what is this? What's going on?
You can't see anything?
No.
Shadow? Light?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nurse, get Dr. Kingsley down here, would you please?
Right away, Doctor.
Ridge, I want you to try to keep calm. Try to relax. We'll have an eye specialist down here take a look at you.
Doctor, is this normal? I mean, is this something that you expected?
Well, Doctor, is it?
No. No, it isn't.
Forrester?
Yes, I am.
You checked his office?
I was just there. You didn't see me?
I've been working Mrs. Forrester.
Are you saying you don't know where Eric is?
At this very moment, no, I don't.
At this very moment? It's a strange thing to say.
Is it?
Trish, you wouldn't be lying to me.
Lying to you?
I just get the feeling you're holding something back at this very moment. You always know where my husband is, so where the hell is he?
I can't tell you.
You want to talk to me about my marriage?
Yes.
Why?
I'd like to know how it's going.
Does Stephanie have something to do with this?
No. Stephanie does not have anything to do with this.
All right. I'll take you at your word. I'd still like to know why you ask.
I was at dinner with you and Sheila last night, and you seem to be getting along just fine. Actually, better than I'd expected.
Did someone tell you we were having trouble?
Word gets around. Just wondering if there's any truth to the rumor.
Well, you don't have to worry about it, Nora. As I told you, this house is not a battleground. You're not going to find yourself in the middle of some domestic dispute.
That's not what concerns me.
It isn't?
No, in fact, I'd prefer to be in the middle of a battleground if that's what's really going on here. Is it? Are you and Sheila not getting along as well as you had pretended to be?
Blink, please. Mm-hmm. This bright light in front of your eyes. Do you see it?
Not really.
Not really. Does that mean you see something?
I sense something, but I don't see anything, Doctor. So what is it? What's going on?
Yes, could you please tell us what this is all about?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You don't know what the hell's the matter with me, do you?
I can't give you a definitive answer, Rich, until we do some more tests.
Tests?
Reg, you've got to keep this in context.
Well, why don't you do that for me, Doctor? Because right now my context is darkness, and I don't like it.
Look, you almost died in an explosion. The force was so great it literally stopped your heart. Now, your body has been through a major traumatic event. At this point, we don't know all the ramifications. We just haven't had enough time.
How much time will you need?
Just tell me what the possibilities are here, Doctor. What am I dealing with?
Well, Ridge, this could have been caused by a number of things. Glass fragments, chemical burns from the explosion itself, even shock.
But how long will it last? Can you tell us that?
Well, hopefully temporarily.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Hopefully it doesn't cut it from where I am right now. What can be done?
Well, there are a number of options, including surgery, but I
Surgery?
really... Look, we're really way ahead of ourselves here, Ridge. What I would like you to do is to come down with me to my office so I can examine your eyes a little more closely. Until then, I strongly suggest that we do not speculate. Only creates negative energy. You don't need any of that, do you?
Okay, I guess it's down to the eye clinic. Look, I'd like to ask all of you if you would leave for a while. Except you, Brooke.
See you, sir.
So did Lauren give you any hints about what she knows?
Nothing.
Must be terribly significant.
I guess Sheila is finally going to get her comeuppance.
So did Lauren tell you about the dinner party last night?
Oh, yes. She said that Sheila really knocked herself out.
What amazes me is that Sheila actually got Eric to cooperate.
Why? He would want Lauren to be comfortable in his home.
That's what I've been telling myself, exactly the same thing.
But you're having trouble with that.
Frankly, yes.
Why?
Oh, the man's behavior. Actions speak louder than words, Stephanie. Eric says he wants the marriage to end, and yet he puts on this pretense of a normal relationship. Perhaps that's what he wants.
No.
It certainly fooled Lauren.
Well, I think it was intended to. Look, he and Lauren are good friends, but they don't see one another very often. Maybe once a year if they're lucky. He certainly isn't going to involve her in his domestic turmoil.
So instead, he lives a lie with Sheila.
James, he's acting the part of a gracious host. When Lauren leaves, that'll come to an end.
Unless he doesn't want it to.
You're overreacting to this.
Oh, Stephanie, at the very least, Eric has a love-hate relationship with Sheila. There's a part of him, perhaps a very small part of him, is irresistibly drawn to her. It's like a moth to a flame.
But that's going to end when he learns the truth.
Yes. I suppose it will.
You really want to get into this?
Yes,
Why?
I have my reasons.
It's not something I enjoy talking about, Laura.
Why not? If your marriage is fulfilling.
Well, it's not as fulfilling as maybe I've led you to believe.
It's not.
Sheila and I are struggling.
Is that an understatement?
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
Where do I begin? When it's just been one thing after another, Laura. I suppose what it boils down to is a feeling I've had. Something I've had for a very long time. I tried to ignore it, but it's become impossible to ignore. I come face to face with it every time I see Sheila.
What kind of feeling?
That I don't really know my wife. That there's a part of her. Maybe it's the major part of her that for whatever reason she keeps hidden from me.
You'd like to know what that is. What she's hiding from you.
Of course I'd like to know what it is. But how am I to know what it is unless she tells me, and I have asked her time and time again?
Maybe there's someone else who can tell you.
He's not there? What about Miss Fenmore? Oh, you don't know where she is either. No, it's not important. I just needed to talk to Eric about some dinner plans. Yeah, thank you. Damn it. Where is he? And where is Lauren, that little witch?
Trouble, Sheila.
Not now, Michael. I'm looking for Eric.
I know where he is. And it ain't pretty either.
This is just swell, isn't it?
I think we should listen to Dr. Kingsley and not blow this out of proportion.
Yeah, he's right. Let's keep it in context.
I'm sure if you get a good night's sleep, things will improve in the morning.
Don't worry about me, Logan. I'll be just fine.
I'm gonna get you something to eat, okay?
I'm not really hungry.
Do you want a massage?
You're as frightened about this as I am, aren't you?
Ridge, we have to be strong.
Yes, I know, Logan, but we also have to be honest here. And the fact is, I can't see. That much we do know. How long it's gonna last?
It's not going to be permanent.
No, of course not. But we don't know that, do we?
Ridge,
Look, Logan, I'm struggling with this just like you are.
we will get through this. I know this is a new and scary thing, but we have to get through it and we have to deal with it. Okay? But in the meantime, we have to have faith. And we can't let our imaginations go crazy. Do you think you can do that?
I don't know.
Come here. Come here. where Eric is?
Yeah,
Where?
at your place.
At home, are you sure?
I saw him leave. I heard him tell Trish.
Oh, come on, she lied to me? Well, why would she do that?
Because Eric told her not to say anything, Sheila.
Eric?
Yeah,
Why?
because he's meeting with Lauren. He doesn't want anybody to know about it.
Someone who could tell me about Sheila's past, well, there's her mother. But she won't tell me anything either. So here I am, I'm operating in this vacuum, and then there's my wife, so completely insecure and totally unable to disclose. And there's so many strange things, Lauren.
What strange things?
Things that have happened over the years. For instance, she has a tendency to disappear from time to time. I mean, Sheila was gone for an entire month at one point with very little communication. Just last week, she was gone overnight. I have no idea where she went. And there's more. Lauren, there's so much more. I mean, all this was happening even before we got married. I saw red flags. I just chose to ignore them.
When did this start?
I guess when my granddaughter was born.
Your granddaughter?
Yeah. When Bridget was first born, she needed very significant medical tests, and I think that was the first time that I ever saw how hyper and defensive Sheila could be.
Has she ever threatened anyone?
Threatened? Well,
What?
I've never actually seen her threaten anyone. But Stephanie feels that Sheila's capable of just about anything ever since...
Ever since what?
Oh, when I think of it, I think it's just ridiculous.
What? What did she do?
Sheila was seeing a psychiatrist at one point a while ago, and actually she had only had 1 or 2 sessions, and then suddenly one day he turned up dead.
Dead?
Yes, he fell from the balcony of his office building. No one was actually ever sure of what really happened.
Stephanie suspected Sheila.
Yes, and so did Dr. Warwick. He's the psychiatrist that Sheila's seeing now. The police were never able to really prove anything, and I think it's pretty far-fetched myself.
Oh, my God.
Lauren, it was suicide. I can't imagine Sheila doing something like that.
A psychiatrist jumps off of his balcony?
I can't link Sheila to that. She has a dark side, I'll grant you that. But murder?
She hasn't changed at all.
What?
She has to be stopped. This can't go on.
What are you talking about?
Your wife. Your instincts are right about her.
How do you know?
I know Sheila. I know her very well. I have a story about her, Eric. A story you should have heard long ago. And I'm going to tell it to you now.